All right. What has been your best day? Because I like to leave like, on a high note. If you can remember, what has been your best day dollar wise as a notary that you can remember?
That I remember,
Yeah.
I'd probably say closer to like 1800 in one day. It was a snow day. That's what it was
Oh.
because no one wants to work on a snow day. So I took everybody's work. That was fun. That was fun.
Oh, that's dope. All
Yeah, and
right.
that's
So
like that's loan closings and general notary work. Yeah. So basically, what happens is Google decided that they want to have a way to make it easier for people to find businesses, read reviews about them, get directions, call, message, things like that. And so they have a system called a Google Business Profile. Okay, it used to be called a Google Business Page, now it's Google Business Profile. Hey guys, it's Vanessa Terry here with Notary to Notary, and I want to show you guys how I was able to get started as a notary signing agent making $10,000 a month. When I first got started in 2015, I had no idea how lucrative this business was. So much so that I was able to quit my full-time job in 2016. Over the next few years, I've had so many successes and failures that I took all of them and bundled them up into a training program just for you. The training is available at notarytonotary.com, and there are 2 programs that you can register for: the Notary Signing Agent Training and the e-Notary Training. Make sure that your state licenses e-notaries before you register for that training. Once you register, you'll have instant access to the online training platform, as well as access to our live weekly interactive webinars with replay capabilities. Ready to get started? Register today at notarytonotary.com. Until then, happy signing!
Hey guys, hopefully you can hear me. Tell me if you can hear me too, really quick, because you're in my AirPod and I want to make sure that the audio is good. I will wait for you to comment and say, Vanessa, we can hear you loud and clear. Hopefully, before we get into this, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. If you've been following me at all, you know I've been under the weather, which is why you guys have not seen or heard from me in almost like a week and a half. Marie, I did see your text. We're gonna talk tomorrow. I'm sure most of you guys got my email that have been sick, and so not get off the live and rest. It sounds like my mom. My mom's like, you better not go anywhere. You better stay in that bed forever and ever. Um, I have been resting. I really appreciate all of the support and all that good stuff. All the text messages, emails, phone calls. It's really, really sweet. I really appreciate that. Um, and I'm just really excited to help you guys get started or continue your notary business in 2024. I was really upset that I missed the ball drop. I was knocked out. I'm telling you, I've been like medicated and sleep. So this is like my first, like, hey, what's going on? I do see Julius, you're asking how do you get started? If you are ready to get started building a notary business, I recommend, if you don't have your commission already, definitely start that process. Apply with your Secretary of State's office. If you need help with that, just shoot me an email. I'll put my email in the chat, info@notarytonotary.com. And get into, normally I would say get into the Ultimate Notary Bundle, but we have the Golden Ticket Bundle that's active right now. Today, I ran it for New Year because I knew I was listening. I was out of it, and so just like we're just gonna keep it going. That's the New Year promo that we're gonna do. We didn't even get a chance to do our New Year live that we wanted to do. It's just like it's okay. Get into that. I put the link in the chat. Start with the Notary Signing Agent Part 1 and 2. It's going to go over everything foundationary It's also going to go over general notary work and loan closing. And after you're done notary signing part 1 and 2, you can then venture off into any of the other courses that are included in that bundle. But definitely start with notary signing agent part 1 and 2. Answers all of your questions. If you still have questions, of course, you probably will. You can chat on your student dashboard. You can email. You can call. Okay. I'm feeling better. I'm not going to send this live too long. I'm going to give myself like 20 minutes, give or take. Just to kind of answer some questions and just kind of check in with you guys and see how it's going. But I do want to give you guys some updates of what's happening. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I love it. I love it. I'm still waiting on my notary commission to be approved, but I'm excited to start this journey. I love that, Ebony. Just got my commission in Jersey and waiting for my NNA package so I can do loan signings. So you can do loan signings without that. I like to stress, like my training, I really try to make sure you guys understand legally what's required, then what's recommended, and then what you can just add on. Make sure when you get the NNA training, the NNA certification, you're doing it annually. So in every state, it's like $79. Except for New York, it's $165. My notary signing agent course teaches you how to pass that exam, and you take it every year. And I don't think the exam changes much, but teachers on, who knows? Anyway, mine's picking back. Wait, who's that? Oh, your business. Okay, so let's go over really quick what's happening in Notary to Notary world. So really quick, you guys know it's the beginning of the year. If you are new to the channel, you guys know I go live pretty often. Just haven't been live in like 2 weeks, but I go live pretty often. And I have courses online at notarytonotary.com. I also do live events. If you missed the Ultimate Event Pass, but it's okay. You can also sit for events. We have 3 events coming up this month. January 6th, which is this Saturday, is a virtual training. It's a 2-hour training, Jumpstart Your Notary Business. It's really going to just give you like tons of information as far as what's happening in the industry right now, how to get started, what you need to do to start making money in the notary space in 2024, like what's happening. I don't know if you guys have noticed interest rates are dropping consistently. So loans are picking up, and you're going to start to see that throughout the market. So I'm going to talk about a lot of that, like what's going on in the market, how to get started. A lot of people are saying, well, I'm brand new to the space. What do I do? Things like that. So it's definitely going to be a very good 2-hour training to really help you really start building your business. I think it's a great time to be an NSA for sure. All right. So I put the link to that in the chat. That's to Jumpstart Your Notary Business. I'm in the Connecticut area. Do you know what's going on in the notary world in Connecticut? I haven't been able to connect with anyone currently doing the business. So it doesn't really matter where you are. As long as there are people need notaries. So as long as you have a population in your state, like I'm not even kidding. Like if you have like in a really rural area, then I can say, okay, you don't have people. But as long as you have people need documents notarized, period. That's always is what it is. It's gonna happen forever. Okay. So all right, so jumpstart your notary business 2024. I've definitely been putting supercharge sometimes. I don't know why I'm putting supercharge, but it's jumpstart. There's a boot camp. So our 8-hour training is on January 13th. There are 2 more in-person seats, and there are unlimited virtual. Okay, it's an 8-hour training. This training is going to teach you absolutely every single thing you need to know in the notary space. And remember, whenever I'm doing the trainings, you can always ask questions. So it's real time. It's not something that, it's not recorded. It's me live. We're training. The bootcamp I love. It goes over business basics, notary basics, like all the foundation area for all my newbies. And then we get into general notary work, sales, marketing, client management. We even go into AI and automation. We talk about taxes, business credit. We go into apostees, weddings, field inspections, loan closing, e-notary. So basically it's like one full day of every single thing that you need to know in this space, and so that's why it's 8 hours. Okay, so if you get it virtually, of course, you get the replay. If you can't stream the entire time, you do get the replay. And if you come in person, which I said, it's only 2 more in-person seats. It is in Virginia. So in-person seats. It's basically like a 3-hour, and then you have lunch. We feed you, of course, lunch, and then we keep going after that. And so I'm really excited, and it's something that I probably will continue to do, maybe like quarterly. a boot camp, because it's something that I get lots of positive feedback about. People are really able, like, especially when we're doing like apostilles, and people are like, I just need to see it. Like, I need to understand how to process them. I really get a lot of feedback about that. And then people sometimes too, it's, you want to get it done, but you get on a training and then life happens, and then you gotta go cook, or you gotta go to work, or you gotta go, but when you're just in a room for 8 hours, and you bring your laptop, when you're in person, we're working on everything in real time. So like, you're able to like do your Google Business profile page, and I can say, okay, well, fix this or fix that. If we're streaming, you're able to share your information. Like, I have people like screen share on the trainings as well. Like, okay, what's going on with this? Yada yada yada. So I like it to be, where you can actually bring your questions and get your questions answered at the same time. Okay. So that's boot camp. Boot camp is the 13th? The 13th, okay? That's a one-day intensive notary boot camp. And then the other event for January is going to be apostilles and field inspection. So that's just a few that I just need to know how to diversify my income within my notary space. I wanted to get in field inspections, and I want to know how to do apostille work, okay? So that is a virtual training. It's an hour and a half. And we're going to depth again. And once again, field inspections, apostilles. So those are the 3 events that we have going on for January. I thought I was going to put it in person. Normally we do like in-person trainings at the center. I may do that towards the end of the month. I may put 2 more trainings towards the end of the month for in-person. And I do allow people to stream in, and we just really like this go over all the notary basics, how to complete acknowledgments. It's really important, guys, that we really get a hands on what we're doing in this notary space. I will tell you guys, I have a signing service as well. On-time signings, on-time notary is the signing service, but I've been having to go through signing order and just taking people off because people have been cutting up out here. And it's just like they're just making mistakes that should not be being made. And I give people a lot of wiggle room. For example, I had one of my students that she know who she is, make a mistake today, and I knew it was like an honest mistake. Like it's cool. I get it. It happens. And she gave herself more of a hard time than I did because it's an innocent mistake. There's some mistakes that it makes sense. I've had people the past month that just did things, a handful, where it was it was just like I knew from the mistake that you made that you didn't know what you were doing. So I gotta get you out of here. It's different when you make a mistake and it's something that, it's like, I forgot to drop docs, or I missed a signature, or something slight, but there are some things that's like, that's not really something you should be making a mistake on. Okay. And it just shows your level of expertise. But it's okay because you can always get trained and get better. What? Yes, I love it. But one thing we did, but that's that. So that's outside of that. So those are the events. Also, we have the 52 weeks of training. How many of you guys are in that? The 52 weeks program. So that is up now and it's live. And basically how it works is it's a membership. It's $25 a month. And you have access to, we upload a video each week. I'm actually going to put 2 videos up this week because I got that first one up late because I was under the weather. So I'm going to put 2 videos this week so you get a bonus. And then I put training materials in there for that week. And then towards the end of the month, I'll do a training with you guys. I'll probably run about 2 hours or rest in the program where I'm going to teach on the content that was in there. And then you can bring your questions. For example, one of the pieces that was inside this week, we talked about operating agreements. And this is something that people don't really like. How many of you guys know what an operating agreement is for your notary business, for a business in general? And this is something that people have asked me. Sometimes this really depends on where you are in your business, especially like if you're doing like partnerships, or if you're doing any kind of business funding, grants, loans, things like that. They're all going to ask you for operating agreement. Well, depending on where you're going with it. And so a lot of people have like, well, how do you get an operating agreement? So I uploaded a sample in there, and that's something that I'm going to teach on when I do the live training in the program. Now there's a video talking about it in there, but when I go live, let's say you have the operating agreement and you filled it out, it's like, Vanessa, I need help. When I'm live teaching, you can say, hey, what do I do with this? And then I can answer your questions. You can also just email me if you're in the program too. So it's not that serious. And you can message on the student dashboard. So when you're in the 52 weeks program, if you message in there, I can see like where you are in it and what you're watching, where the question was, all that good stuff. Okay. You just take PayPal for payment options, trying to register for the Jumpstart event. So when you go register, when you're on that screen, it should, if you scroll to the bottom, it should say pay with credit or debit card, or like check out as guest. And it should give you the option to use a credit or debit card. You don't have to use PayPal. If you don't see that for some reason, most times it's happening if you're on your phone or on a versus a browser, like a computer. But if you don't see it, just shoot me an email and I'll just send you the invoice. I can send you an invoice for it and just add you. So that's not a biggie. I could fix that. Just send the email to info@notarytonotaries.com. If you can't see the button to pay with a debit or credit card, I got you. Okay. So the 52 weeks program is that. Yes, that's what I said. So basically it works every week. You get a new video that's uploaded from a previous training that I've done. And then you'll get PDFs, guides, questionnaires. So also in there's like a list of like 15 questions for you to answer. Make sure you know the answers to. And then of course, when I do the training, I'm gonna answer the questions for you. So it's gonna be like, okay, did you get any of this right? Let's go over these, things like that. So it's like, okay, let's work through it. And I like this because it's something that I've been training since 2019. So I have like, what was that, 4 years of content of just videos of trainings that I've done. So we're taking the best ones out and putting them in here. Now you may have not had access to these, I'm sure. So it's like we're putting the best ones that we find, and then throughout the year, by the time it's all said and done, you should be a pro. Okay. And it's good. Anybody's ever been on a training of mine, you know, like I definitely talk about a lot of different things. Like I could be talking about like the operating agreement came left when I was talking about setting up an LLC and someone asked about it. And I was like, oh yeah, well, let me show you how to do an operating agreement. Because there's a lot of things that you learn in business, but it's like until someone asks, like for example, I had another student ask me today about government contracting, and she wanted these contracts like a format. So I sent it to her. I was like, okay, because she was trying to figure out how to do contracts. So it's like, listen, it's not something that I just talk about because I know a lot in my head, but it's like when people ask questions, then it's like, oh yeah, you could do this. Oh yeah, you could do that, you know? So I like when I can go back through like the live trainings that we've done and I can pull pieces of like, oh, I did mention this before and I mentioned this before, you know, and it helps people to really get their business moving in the right direction. How long did it take you to get comfortable with loan signs when you first started? So I always say I'm a little different. I was never intimidated by loan signings because I think it's my personality type. And I've done a lot of different like ventures. I've had like millions of jobs and I've started lots of businesses. And so it's very few things that I've been afraid to try. Like if today I decided I wanted to go be a plumber, I'm gonna go plumb some pipes. Like I don't care. So like my first signing when offer that was the lady called me from a signing service. She said, "Can you do a loan closing?" No, she said, "Have you ever done a loan closing?" And I said, "No, but I'm sure I can." And so it's just that kind of confidence. And she was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna send you the package over and instructions." And I just printed it off and I went and did it. So okay, so you want me to collect signatures and notarize documents? Cool, I can do that. Right? We overthink it, you know. Now, granted, I have more skill set now, so I add more value to my clients then, but I understood the basics behind what I was doing. And so, and that's a really important thing that a lot of people, you know, for me, when I became a notary, I did read my handbook. Like I read it. So I knew what my job was. You know, I understood and it's, I will talk to people and I'll say, "Hey, did you read your handbook?" And they'll say, "Yeah." And I'll say, "Okay, tell me a notarial act for your state." And they're like, what did I say? An affidavit, a power of attorney. And I'm like, no, that's not a notarial act. Okay. And so it's just like taking the initiative in the beginning to really read your handbook and really take that time to master your craft, master your industry, know what you're doing, makes a major difference. And so because I understood what I was doing as a notary, I don't know, I just wasn't really intimidated. But most people, let's say for example, you are someone who like wants to like know what's happening before you get into it. I also people like just get some training, get comfortable, and then you know, take a job and do it. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Like it happens, but you know, learn from it, you know, learn from it, learn from it, and keep going. Okay. I will quiz you. That is true. I'm just thinking about reading each document out loud for the first time. Well, I have sample docs inside the course. So you can see tons of sample docs that you can go through and just get familiar with the verbiage. But yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just get familiar with the different types of loan closings because you have like what refinance, purchases, HELOCs, loan mods, seller sides, and reverse mortgages. Okay, so just get familiar with the different types, and then you just swing it. Who is timing go to see? I thought it was my sister. Hey, Tamika, I miss your face. Okay. All right. So where was I? Boop boop. Sounds like my mom. Okay. This is better than. This is better than. What are you talking about? Anywho, all right. So those are the transcripts coming up. 52 weeks is coming up, and then 2, we have the golden ticket deal. So the golden ticket deal, you guys have seen, I'm sure. It is our 18 core courses that we have at notarytonotary.com, which is like everything you could possibly need to build your notary business. You're gonna start with, when you get the bundle, start with the notary signing agent part 1 and 2. Do not go further until you do 1 and 2, because it's your foundationary piece. Okay, all of my courses are well over $2,000. The golden ticket deal is a deal that we run usually like on holidays like Christmas or New Year's or 4th of July, which gives you all those courses for $129. Okay, so that's valid tonight. I probably will run it until Friday, just to be honest. But it's gonna give you all the courses that we have, well, all the core courses. So like how to build business credit for your business. If you want to get into government contracting, if you want to learn how to work directly with title companies, nursing homes and hospitals, trademarking. I got my printer finally coming. Oh, good. I like it. So it really just gives you everything that you need as a solid footing. So I would highly recommend you get that. It's the best deal that we've ever run ever. And it gives you like all the courses. It really is a really good deal. That's why I really push it on major holidays. I'm undeniably meek. Oh, I didn't know that was you. Okay, now I know. I enjoy your videos and tips. I have a question. In a recent video about setting up a mobile printer, you decided on the inkjet, one on the laser print. So it really was not something that I gave a lot of super thought to. It was more something like I was just up and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do a mobile scanner, and I just did research on what was a good one. And so when I looked at the price points, I just said I'm just gonna pick this one. And to me, it's working. I think it's fine. But laser jet for everything else that I have. Like most of my printing is still going to be done in the office or from my home. So this is just like last minute type situation, like quick scans, quick prints. That's what that's for. Okay. Did you have your printer and scan before you did the first time? Yes. So I've had a printer since I've been in college. So yeah. So I've always had I think I might have even had one in high school. Maybe. But I've had one since college for sure. But that's why I just had a printer. But it wasn't a dual tray laser jet. It was a single tray. And I had to, whenever I had like letter and legal, I had to put in the papers and print letter, then put in the papers and print legal, and then put them back together like the right way. So I did do a little bit more. And then once I made more money, I just reinvested into my business and then bought the dual tray laser jet. So I always say it didn't take me that long. When I started doing loan closings, it probably took me a couple months because I also, it's all about money management and doing the right thing, so I could definitely spend money before, let me go get another printer, but definitely reinvest back into your business. And rule of thumb, always put 20% up for taxes. Keep that in mind. Yes, me too, just at the dual trade later. Okay, cool. But yeah, so that's the main thing. So so that was all the updates. So 52 weeks golden ticket and the trainings that's coming up. I think that is the updates for Notary to Notary. Okay. I'm gonna typically go live, how I normally do, in a couple of days once I'm back 100% back. I'll go live pretty consistently. But I want to make sure you guys are clear like on your goals for the year, for your business. We set a lot of like personal goals. Are you setting goals for your business? What I've been like teaching a lot of my coaching students now is to break your schedule up every day. So how much time are you committing to your business? Is it 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours? And then what are you doing in that time frame? If you actually make a schedule and say, okay, I work 4 hours a day on my notary business, even if you don't have clients, you should be marketing. You should be emailing. It's a lot of things you could be doing to grow your business, and we talk about that a lot in the course. You're never done. You're never done. Okay. Your website can always use content. Your Google business profile can always use content. Like I'm still signing with companies. Like I do that all the time. I'm never done. Like I'm always like reaching out, connecting, networking, building the brand, especially if you're doing e-notary, because with e-notary, everyone is potentially your client across the world. So it's a lot of branding, a lot of like marketing that you have to do to really start generating those leads. And that's why anyone who's like, if you ever say, "Well, I've done everything," like you're not even there. You're not there. You have a lot to do. There's no business that's done. There's no business that's done. There's always more to be done. Okay. The other thing I'm going to be doing too, I'm going to get to it tonight, but I will do it tomorrow. I'm going to be posting more of the grants that I've been finding. I'm going to post it into the Notary to Notary group. If you are not in the Notary to Notary group and you're a student on Facebook, well, if you're a student, then you can join the student Facebook group. Just make sure you join. Did it take you 30 days? Did it take you 30 days plus to get paid? Yeah, so it takes 30. Most companies pay net 30. So net 30 just means you get paid 30 days after the day you did the signing. Okay. And that's pretty standard. Sometimes you might see like 2 weeks, you may see net 45, you may even see up to like net 60, net 90. I typically don't work with companies who pay net 90. Net 60 is a bit, but net 45 is usually my cap. And whenever you take a job from a company, you always want to ask them what's their pay and read your terms and conditions. Like one of the things in the 52 weeks program, one of the questions is what's a print trip fee? And how do you know what it is? What do you want yours to be? Like how to determine that, right? So a print trip fee. Print fee is what you get paid for printing. Trip fee is what you get paid for going. And this is if the signing cancels. So let's say, for example, you print and you're driving and the signer calls you and says, never mind, I don't want to close. Or you go there at the table, their docs are wrong. Typically, you get a print trip fee. Now, if you are at the table a little bit longer, like maybe you were there for 30 minutes or an hour, you can negotiate that with some companies. But typically, let's say you print and before you leave, it gets canceled. You get a print fee. If you print and go, it's a print trip fee. And print trip fees can vary. So you want to make sure when you're working with a company that you've taken time to see what their print trip fees are. Typically, they're going to be in your agreement or your confirmation email that you get when you get a loan signing appointment. Okay. So it can vary between like $10 to $30 give or take for each one. Okay. That's basically how that works in a nutshell. In a nutshell, any questions? Any questions? I will tell you that I'm pretty much available if you guys do have questions. I'm getting back online. And I think I got covered on everyone's emails. Fingers crossed. Okay, so the next event is going to be the next training session is going to be this Saturday from 10 to 12 Eastern Standard. It is recorded, so you do get the replay. So make sure you guys go get get registered for that. And then we have Intensive Notary Bootcamp. That's going to be January 13th. Okay. So get registered for that. If you're going to do in-person, remember it's only 2 seats for in-person left. Otherwise, you can stream and you do get the replay. And the very last thing is going to be the apostees and field inspections at the end of the month, January 27th, at the end of the month. It's going to be that training. In the 52 weeks program, I put the link on the website as well as the golden ticket deal. But that is also the clock on the wall. If you guys need, I'll be there. Yay! Tamika's gonna come help. I love it. I love it. That makes me so happy. I miss you, Tamika. But yeah, guys, I just wish you the best. I hope you guys have a super awesome January. Like you're super focused. You have your goals down. If you need help, don't get stuck. Okay, everyone gets really motivated first week of January, and you're like ready, and you're going, and you're going. Don't get stuck. Don't lose the fire. Okay, do a vision board. Set your goals up. Find a support partner, an accountability partner that can hold you accountable. Do the business with someone else, like separate LLCs, but do it with someone else so they can like, okay, what are you doing today? What are you doing today? You know what I mean? Find somebody you can do it with so that way you can get motivated and you have someone that can support you, you know? Boom. And if you have questions, let me know. I am here. You can call, email, message me your student dashboard, all of the above. And that is all. So I'm going to check out now. But I love you guys. You are the best. And I might go live again tomorrow. If not, I will definitely see you Saturday. Okay? Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. Until next time. Happy signing. And I have something fun for you guys too. You're gonna see it in a couple days. It's gonna be on Instagram though. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, go to Notary so you don't miss this. You're gonna know when you miss it. If you're not on Instagram, you're like, man, how I missed that? I was gonna do it today, but I was like, I'm not gonna do it today. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and then you'll see. Okay. I promise I will go live more. I normally do go live like every other day. Normally, give or take. But I will see you guys away. It'll be awesome on purpose. Until next time, happy signing. Dun dun dun.
Hey guys, have you had a chance to get a copy of my new book, The Ultimate Ron Guide? If you are ready to build a remote online notary business, then this book is what you need. In this book, I give you all the information that you need to know in order to build a successful remote online business, no matter what state you're in, as long as your state authorizes remote online notarizations. Head on over to Amazon today and get your copy.